You'll be hearing the news out of the UK that Tommy Robinson has been arrested for the crime of walking in his own capital city. He was violently taken from the streets, pepper sprayed in the face. This is two-tier policing in the UK, something many of us have been trying to warn about for the longest time, and the Met Police should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. It's absolutely fine, it seems, for 500,000 pro-Hamas or pro-Palestinian protesters to go through the streets, marauding through the streets with chants that specifically called for the removal of Israel, but it is not okay for Tommy Robinson to just be in his own country. In other news, but related, Rosie Duffield and the Labour Party, she is being hunted out of the Labour Party. They're using an investigation for anti-Semitic tweets, but really this is about the fact that she has offended Eddie Izzard, who is busy cosplaying as a woman, and Keir Starmer wants to bring in gender self-ID, and Rosie Duffield stands in the way of this happening, so she needs to be got rid of, and this is the mechanism by which they are trying to do that. Rosie Duffield is and remains, in my opinion, one of the bravest women, and by women I mean real women, in politics. And then finally, Leo Varadkar or Vduk, whatever. Either way, I would say Cockwomble in Ireland. He just launched a tweet on the return of the lovely little Israeli girl, Emily, who was returned finally to her father. He said she was lost and now she is found. I mean, for God's sake, man, she's not a bloody suitcase. She's not a dog. She wasn't lost. She was kidnapped by murderous Hamas. She was held and therefore abused because it's an abuse of her freedom, an abuse of her childhood, an abuse of her innocence, and God knows what else an abuse of. And she was not found. She was laundered back to her father like some tawdry mechanism of deal making in exchange for, I don't know, Hamas prisoners, whatever. But this is just 3 examples from today alone of how the police and politicians are working against you, and how somehow illegals and others recently arrived to our country seem to take precedence, if not have police actively working in their favour. That's it for today from me, Katie Hopkins, looking inwards in despair at the UK.